Hello, I am live, says the screen, and there's a whole bunch of people in the chat. Nice to see so many people that I love. Where's everyone joining from? We will just wait a moment, a couple of minutes before we let everyone arrive, and we'll get into it. For those who don't know what's going on here and have landed here by accident, I reached... Oh, I can hear my sound coming in. I'll mute myself. I reached 16,000 followers on Instagram, which I am truly, deeply grateful for. And I love being able to share my creative journey with so many of you. And inspired by our Tuesday portrait sketch sessions, which have been going on for 2 years. We just had the 2-year anniversary session 2 weeks ago. Every Tuesday, the last 2 years, and some Fridays. We meet together and we sketch for 2 hours and draw each other and hang out and chat. And it's wonderful. And it's a really great way to connect to so many artists, and it's incredible sketch practice. And I'm sure a few of the people in the chat here can attest to how much fun it is. So I've had this idea cooking for a while, actually since pre-pandemic times. Was chatting with some friends about this idea to draw people live and wondering what platform to do it on, and thought about Twitch for a while. And my sister Claire, who is amazingly awake very early in the morning in Australia, has been encouraging me and giving me a nudge to get more active with all these ideas that I have, and particularly in the YouTube direction. Shannon says we're all each 1/16,000th for me, part of me. You're 1/16,000th of me. So we usually draw each other. Today I have photos that we're going to be working from. I hope that we're going to have a bit of the live session dynamic. It's always a bit funny when it's just me talking. I practice talking and drawing a lot, but I really love the live discussion and chats that we have. So so cool seeing people here from the States and Canada, Australia, Germany. So great to see many of you here. And a cool little thing that you can do is you can hit the like button and comment, because it's going to be it's good for the YouTube algorithm, I guess, because it's like, oh, people are enjoying this, and then maybe more people will come somehow magically and have fun with us too. So at any time, just feel like hitting the like, leave a comment, chat with each other in the chat. I'm hoping there's going to be a bit of a bit of conversation going on that I can kind of feed off of and riff off of in the chat. So please write comments, and if you have any particular questions, I shall attempt to address them. But mostly what's going to be going on is I'll show you my workspace, and we'll have the reference up, and we'll be drawing the muses together. And I will draw. You can watch if you want. You can draw along. You can be drawing and watching and maybe typing in the chat if you're really good at multitasking. And we just spend a couple hours sketching together, which is always good fun. It's going to be interesting this time Almut, Beach Life Art, won the giveaway. So the main prize will be Almut. We're going to do a long pose. I don't know if it will end up at this level of finish, but it's something similar to this. I'll be working with the calligraphy pen. I'm going to use fine liners throughout this session, working on nostalgie paper, which I like a lot. It's great for ink stuff, Hanemühle Nostalgie. And I've got a few fine liners, and for the longer poses, I'm going to use this calligraphy pen from Herlitz, which I like a lot. It has refillable ink cartridges, and I like it. You can use whatever you like. If you're going to share any of your work later on, on Instagram, for example, you could use the hashtag drawingwithdylan and follow that and see what everyone's been doing. No sing along, but a draw along. You can all feel free to sing at home. We often kind of joke about singing in the live sessions, but now you're all, you don't have microphones. You can just sing the whole time. So maybe in the chat you could say what you're going to be sketching with if you're sketching along. And this is totally, it's a giveaway. But if you enjoy my work and you would like to buy me a coffee, then I would be very happy for you to do so. No pressure. I love people being able to engage at any, kind of level. And every like and comment, every support is wonderful. But for those who feel that they do have coffee money to give, then there's a link in the bottom of the bio, in the description, and you can buy me a coffee. There's also Patreon if you want to keep learning from me. And I don't know if I put the link in for the Tuesday sessions, but I will after this if it's not already there. And you can come sketch with us on Tuesdays and the first Friday of each month. Okay, Lisa doesn't want anyone singing, so I take back what I said. Please don't sing. Oma Mata has been collecting avocado seeds for making ink. Very good. My last YouTube video was an ink making video. Yuka is in the sauna. Been firing up the sauna for guests. Excellent. Well, let's get to it. And I will introduce you to our first muse. I haven't got any specific order that we're going to be drawing these in, but we're going to start with two 30-second sketches and then move on to two 1-minute sketches. I wrote a bit of a plan for myself. 4 2-minute sketches, 4 4-minute sketches, and 4 6-minute sketches, and then we'll sketch as long as we like with Almut, because that's going to be the main event. So, are we ready to draw? Is everyone ready? I hope you are. I hope I am. I hope all these pens are going to work. This one doesn't. I'll just move that to the side. I'll show you my workspace. Where am I? Take this webcam off. I'm still here, but this is my workspace. I'll be drawing here. And yeah, I haven't really given much thought to what order we'll be drawing people in, but we will just do it and we'll draw who we draw. So here's my little help sheet, and this pen works, so I'll start with this pen. And first we'll be drawing Chris Fayen, who a lot of the people we're going to be drawing are from the Tuesday sessions. So it's really great to be drawing so many faces that I know so well. Could spend much longer than 30 seconds on this, but the whole idea of this is you start with really loose sketches. You don't worry too much about what it looks like. Let go of the expectation that it's going to be amazing, and just draw. So really focus on your reference, start sketching, and have fun. So I may not... It is good to have a working pen. It's very helpful. Sybilla's here. All right, everyone's ready. We're ready. Let's just start drawing. I may tune out for a bit here because it's difficult. In the really short poses, it's hard to talk and draw at the same time. So 30 seconds, starting now. Just start somewhere and go for it. If you have any questions along the way, you can save them up for when you have a free moment for typing, and I shall endeavour to answer your questions about my process or whatever, or about whatever you want to ask, basically. All right. 30 seconds. Thank you very much, Chris. Lovely having you with us. I hope Chris doesn't come late and then miss our own portrait, but that's all right. Can watch the the replay. Anya, Alma Mater. This is such a cool sketch. This is another pose, a screenshot from our Tuesday night sessions. All right, everyone ready? 30 seconds now. I hope you're not cheating and start drawing before I start drawing. But that's all right. There's no cheating really. Do whatever you want. It's nice to have so many of you here in the chat. I've been wondering if there's some way to maybe an easy way to get people live in here. It's not as easy as it is on Instagram, but it'd be nice to have that live dynamic a bit. Thank you very much. Omar Martas, 69. Anyone who's in the chat who wants to drop the Instagram account names of the people that we're drawing, you could do that. I'm going to put it in the description later on so that we can... so anyone watching will be able to get the Instagram account names from the chat later on, but I didn't get around to that yet. So those were our 30-second sketches. It's all just going to get much more relaxing from here. Okay, Lisa, Skater Cruise, 1 minute. Got plenty of space on this page, so 1 minute with Lisa's Skater Cruise. Now, in Inktober 2020, I did a sketchy Inktober class where we drew Lisa's dad, Slim the Cowboy. So if anyone here participated in that and remembers, it was Lisa's dad and a grandson sharing a very touching moment together. And it was a really, just such a beautiful reference that Lisa shared with us. And so it's really nice now, although very brief, to be sketching Lisa as well. Oh, I've still got 20 seconds. I mean, it's so long after 30 seconds, right? So my process here, I basically just looking at shapes and drawing things, trying to catch what stands out to me first, and just starting with whatever grabs my attention, and just sketch. So thank you very much, Lisa. And if any of you want to finish up these later on, you can come back and rewatch the video and just let it play, because then people think, well, this must be a really good live stream. And you can finish the sketches while rewatching the video. That would be great. Thank you, Lisa. One more 1 minute sketch. As I got so many wonderful references, and I was like, oh, I wish we had more time for all of these. Eliza. But yeah, we can, grab screenshots and spend as much time drawing everyone as you like. Chris just joined. Maybe you missed, we started with you, Chris. But yeah, that's all right. So Eliza, 1 minute, now. Love Eliza's glasses. I remember the first, it was one of the first Friday morning sessions that I hosted. I did an Instagram live and was like, oh, if you're hanging out wondering what to do, come sketch with me. And Eliza happened to be awake at like 4:30 in the morning or something. Hello, Eliza. Eliza's in the chat. That's great. And yeah, just happened to be awake at a time I'd rather be asleep. And just jumped in to our Zoom call and sketched with us. And since then, we've had the pleasure of sketching with each other on many occasions. And that's been a really beautiful part of this group for me, and I know for many others as well, that we sketch together and become friends. And there are people in the chat who've even met in the real world, met in Zoom and then actually met up. And I think that's just awesome. So cool. Every time I see people connecting and like becoming friends beyond the Zoom room. It's really nice to see. Maybe someday I'll get to meet all of you in person too. Eliza, thank you very much. So I'll just write the names in here. Those were our warm-up sketches. Anyan, I don't know, I put an N on the end of your name. Anya, sorry about that. I don't know why. Look, you're watching me write, and then I'm like missing letters and adding letters, extra letters. It's just, I don't know. Writing's not my thing. Writing on camera is harder than drawing on camera. Okay. I hope you get to see my sketches. You will get to see my sketches. I'll share all of these on Instagram. I'm just going to take a moment. I have not drawn you yet. Rosa Henriquez. La Donna Skater Cruz. I don't know if you just saw we drew you. I'll just put that back over here while I'm reading the comments. The real world, outside, the outside world. I haven't been outside for 2 years. No, I have been. We fortunately live near a forest, so that's really cool. Silver, this drawing's so inspiring. I'm glad you like it. I want to do this more often, more regularly, so maybe once a month we could do these sessions if you dig it. And if you really like it, bring some friends along, and it's just going to be super fun all the time. All right. Can't read too much. Let's keep drawing. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. David. I don't know if David's here. David has some really lovely hair here. I was thinking, it's such a cool hair shape. And there's all like this detail in there and stuff. We're just going to kind of ignore most of that detail. But I'm already going to grab my big calligraphy pen. How big is my paper? This is A5. This is an A5 Nostalgie pad. So it's this big. My pen is this big. I was ice bathing. I've been getting outside to jump in freezing cold water. All these people here in the chat know so many things about me. Hello, Shraddha. Nice to have you here as well. It is so hard to write on camera. I remember I watched you write on camera, Shannon, and it was I felt for you. It is so hard. It's harder than drawing on camera. All right, let's draw Dave. So I was going to just say this thing. Like, there's a lot going on in the hair. In 2 minutes, we don't have a lot of time for all that detail. But there's just this really cool shape and the cool beard shape. And so if you've ever watched me talking about drawing before, I talk a lot about drawing shapes. Greetings, Stuart in Bonn. Patricia, I am live now. This is live. I'm sitting here drawing with you. And you're there. And I'm here. This is so nice. All right, so let's draw Dave. And if there are comments at any point, then I'll try and catch them and address your questions. But for now, I think this is really cool. Make sure the ink is flowing here. Okay, 2 minutes. You've already been sketching, haven't you? 2 minutes with Dave. So I intentionally decided to sketch from my computer screen because that's what I do on Tuesdays. As opposed to having the reference right next to my drawing surface. So just to get that authentic sketch session feel. But as I draw Almud, I'm gonna have the reference right next to my drawing surface. So I had this idea about how I was gonna do this, and now I'm doing it. So I just love the hair shape. Hair is so much fun to draw. The way I like simplifying hair, basically. So here we've got the shape of the beard, the face, stuff going on. And now there's just like using the different sides of this broad edge drawing tool to get like different line quality. Just do this big shape and try and capture like the main kind of interesting things that are going on, and got 40 seconds left, heaps of time for the hair. I've often had 2-minute sketches, which I've really liked, like there's something about the looseness of the 2-minute sketches, which I've have had something really cool and lively about it, which I've then gone and spent like a further 20 minutes rendering, hatching and stuff. So often just these really quick sketches have something really cool and alive to them. So yeah, big hair shape and all this wild stuff going on. A few more seconds for some wild flying strands of hair, just changing the direction of the pen. And there's Dave. Dave was going to come to the live stream, so if you're here, say hello. If not, watch the replay and see yourself get sketched. Shannon, unfortunately I can't bring up the comments. I'm going to figure out how to do that for future live streams, and then you can see what I'm reacting to. Shannon says, we need to talk about kimchi and chickens and poo jokes for the real Drawing with Dylan experience. So you can feel free to get into all of that. Yeah, what were the poo jokes? I'm very familiar with poo jokes. I have 3 children. Yeah, I don't know. You may want to elaborate on that. I'm having a mental blank at the moment. So thank you, Dave. Let's draw Monica. Sketch Annie. Monica, we also met at 2 months ago at a Friday sketch session. I actually have drawn Monica this week. Hang on, what day is it? Yeah. This is going to be my next Patreon video. This is something similar to Avocado Ink. So this is a portrait of Monica. I actually did a couple because my filming didn't work out. So now we're going to draw Monica again. Monica. Thank you for this awesome reference. Let's draw. 2 minutes. Go. Amazing shadow shape and hair. This is a nice hair page. So yeah, as I was finishing the one of Dave, I was just thinking a really interesting thing about this pen is like the twisting, changing direction, the way that you hold it really informs the line quality that you get. Is anyone else here sketching with a calligraphy pen? I love them. That's a pretty bold move, shadow shape there, but there's quite a big. I'll kind of put marks down to show where I'm like thinking, okay, so on that side it's shadow. And you can kind of pick your moments where you're smudging over here, where you want to be more careful. You don't have much time, but maybe with the mouth, if you just want to slow down a bit, to take care with some of your mark making, or if there's something of interest that you just want to take a bit more time with, then it can be nice to slow down for that. I know a lot of people in the live sketch sessions together that they'll sometimes just fill up a page with eyes to only work on the eyes, particularly in the really quick sketches. So this is feeling like one that would be worthy of spending a bit more time on, but yeah, there's something really just wonderful about practicing quick sketchy stuff to loosen up and not get too caught up on the outcome. And the more you do it, potentially the better the outcome becomes. So I like to tell myself that after 2 years of consistent timed sketches every week that I've developed somewhat. So yeah, there's a lot of potential here for hatching, and I think I will at some point, but that's like just a nice loose start. And okay, we're going to do 4 2-minute poses. That's cool. I'll just kind of flick over and see what people are saying. if there's, but we'll keep going. Hello, Roseanne in Maine. Tombow brush marker, cool. I've not yet used one of those, but I hear people talking about them all the time. Where are we? Uli. Is Uli here? Is Uli in the crowd? Uli and I also just met a couple of weeks ago. I think we'd sketched together in Greece's live streams. Is Greece still here? Greece is an amazing live stream artist. Sketch, very, very prolific, the amount of live streams Greece does on Instagram. Check Greece out. And Uli is definitely, we've sketched together in Greece's live streams. I'm sure of it. Okay. Uli, 2 minutes. Go. This is a really cool angle. Once again, a nice hair shape. And any keen observers may pick a pattern in the way I start, but I generally just start wherever I think it's interesting or there's some distinctive shape. Often it's the glasses, sometimes a hairline, sometimes a nostril, whatever kind of jumps out, grabs my attention, that's where I'll go from. And I sketch a lot in ink. Drawing in ink can be terrifying and can also just teach you so much. So yeah, still interested in what other people are. Has someone been drawing with kimchi? Was that up there? Yes, Greece does do live sketching too. I've not yet sketched with kimchi, although it has left its mark on our fridge. Had this really nice kimchi smell. I was at the market a couple of weeks ago for the first time in a long time, and there's a stand where we often get olives, and they do Mediterranean like olives and capsicum. These Angelita Gemüse, what's that called? Marinated vegetables. And they sell kimchi. So that was cool. Got some kimchi from them. It wasn't quite as good as the kimchi I made myself, but it was good. All right. That one was fun. I could spend longer drawing Ollie too. One more 2-minute sketch. I don't know. It's getting a bit tight on this page. Uli ist der. Was da los? Uli ist da los. Hallo Uli. It's a bisschen Zeitverzögerung. There's a bit of a delay, I think, between what you're saying and what I'm saying. So then I see the comments. Oh, yeah, okay. You said that. And I did that. And yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Uli. I wish I had some way of telling, like, some easy thing to see who we already drew. Sibylla, I saw here. Sibylla. 2 minutes with Sibylla. No, I need more space for this. So cool. All right, 2 minutes. Where to begin? Up here. There's this crop. It's kind of it lends itself to being drawn at the top of the page. So this is also a screenshot from one of the Tuesday sessions. So yeah, anyone who wants to join our live sketch sessions, you are so welcome to. I don't know if the link is down in the description here, but I will put it in once I update the description. But on Instagram, I'm talking about it all the time. So check out my Instagram and the link to the Zoom room. I always share there. It's in my Linktree link as well. And it's just so good. So feel free. And you don't have to be drawn. I know that for some people it can be a bit intense being on the stage and having everyone look at you. But you're welcome to join without being looked at. Und du kannst auch total gerne mitmachen, wenn deine Englischkenntnisse gar nicht so gut sind. Das ist total egal. Egal welche Sprache du sprichst. So whatever language you speak, you don't have to talk. You can just hang out and draw with us. And my hope and vision for the Drawing with Dylan sessions is for it to be really inclusive and for anyone who wants to be able to draw. So you're all welcome. I have like a pay €5 or what you want thing, and some people pay more, some people pay nothing, and everyone is equally welcome. So just come and hang out and draw and have fun with us. This is an amazing reference image. Thank you so much, Sevilla. And this is, unfortunately, I think this is one of the only hand poses, and I didn't do the hand credit, sorry. But Anya Uma Mata, how's your hand practice going? Usually in the live sessions there are a lot of hands. People getting their hands up in the camera all the time. So, yeah, Sevilla, thank you. That was the 4th 2-minute pose already. Time is flying. I'm going to have a little drink. Maybe read your comments. Okay, so Claire said over here that the 2 people at the bottom look like they're on a very decorative coat for the person at the top. So Dave, if you're here, Dave's new coat has Uli and Monica on it. That would be quite a nice coat. Sevilla says it's the first time drawing herself in the Drawing with Dylan session. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. How is it for all the people that know Tuesdays or Fridays? Like, how's the dynamic here? I wish I could hear you all. It's it's just totally different when it's just me talking. Me, talking. But I hope that you're having fun too. I'm having fun. That's an interesting question. So, since we're moving into 4-minute poses, I have a lot of time to talk, be able to relax a bit. Don't relax too much. Sometimes you get less done in 4 minutes than you do in 2. So, Blue Shine Art, Charlotte, asked me about my art training, if any, and that is something that I can talk about a bit as we continue to draw. So, let's draw Shannon. Parrots, carrots. I love this image of you, Shannon, and Shannon has done a really awesome painting of it, which, is it still your profile picture on Instagram? Anyway, it's such a cool photo. So let's draw Shannon. And as I'll ponder my art training, having fun, good, clear, yes, so cool, woohoo, I'm a good talker, that's good. Peggy's having fun. Heike doesn't like the comments on the pictures. You're watching maybe on a phone. If you were on a laptop or a desktop computer, that would be off on the side, an individual thing. But I know what you mean. That's annoying when the chat's going up in front of the picture. That is annoying. So I don't know if there's anything you can do about that, apart from move on to a laptop or desktop computer. So, miss the hearts from Instagram. Anyone missing the hearts from Instagram, you can hit the like button and just imagine the hearts raising and the vibe rising. Instagram has these nice hearts that you can hit and you're like, I love this, I'm hitting the hearts, and it's wow, so nice. But if you hit those the little thumbs up, that's nice too. I don't know, I can see things. I can see like people watching this, how many people have been here, but I can't. Oh, I can see likes. Someone just hit a like. I just mentioned likes and then it went up from 21 to 22. And there are 39 people watching and there are 23 likes. So the rest of you can hit the like button and maybe there'll be 39 likes. Yeah, you could do that. You could put little love hearts in the chat. You could put different color love hearts in the chat if you're, emoji savvy. But anyway, everybody make Shannon's hair bigger, please. 29 likes, 30 likes, it's going up. So each time those likes, I see that number go up, it's like, oh, little love hearts. Imagine the love hearts. Anyway, let's draw Shannon. It's nice having Shannon up here for a while because isn't this an amazing photo? Thank you so much, Shannon. 4 minutes. Oh, now it says 32, doesn't it? Yeah, cool. Okay, 4 minutes. Let's draw Shannon with amazing hair. All right. And you can write Shannon's name with a lightning bolt for the S. Shannon is also a very dear sketchy friend, and we met because of me live streaming, right? I think it was when I drew James Baldwin. I remember that was Instagram Live, and I think then you're in the chat. Maybe it was something else. A lot of people have better memories than I do, like Claire, who's here with all those multicolored hearts, rainbow hearts. Thank you, Claire, for all those hearts. So when you have 4 minutes, it's not really like, I notice that there's often a tendency to like, oh, I've got more time now and just chill out and relax. But it's often really helpful to keep some of that, the dynamic kind of quick, brief approach. I find that gives a certain life to it, to the drawings. But yeah, Charlotte asked about my art training. I didn't want to study art after school. Art was my favorite subject. I loved it more than anything, and I had an amazing art teacher, Mr. J. Thank you, Mr. J. But I had this weird idea that I didn't want to be a starving artist. I still don't want to starve. But that was like, no, I'm not going to study art because I'd just be a starving artist. And so I asked Mr. J, who was amazing, what could I do that would still be creative? And he suggested I do industrial design or architecture. And I did that, and there was a bit of drawing there, like design drawing. And I think it was called Design Drawing Principles was the drawing class that we had, where we learned to draw in perspective, and there was a lot of drawing of buildings. And did some animation and digital stuff. I'm just like, I was talking about not using the time, and I feel like I need to get more into it. So the hair is a great opportunity for just kind of going wild, and Shannon wanted big hair, so yeah, we did design drawing principles, computer stuff. But it wasn't really a lot of drawing. There was not much of a focus on drawing. And then I stopped studying because I thought, I'm going to go travel and get inspired for my studies. And I thought I'd be gone for a year. Then I was actually gone for over 4 years. And in that time, I had a sketchbook with me as I was traveling, and I would just do sketch stuff from my dreams and sketch bugs that I saw. So I was just kind of sketching on the road. Love this hair shape. So much cool stuff happening in the hair. Yeah, so I just would kind of sketch stuff. It's just a thing that I did. I didn't give much thought to it. And then I met Kira, and we traveled around a bit. That's my wife. We've been together quite a while now. We met in 2007. And when I was 28, I had a bit of a Saturn returns crisis. We were back in Australia, and I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And Kira asked, what's the coolest thing you could imagine doing? And at that time, the answer that instantly came to me was like fantasy illustration. That would be the coolest thing. 4 minutes with Shannon. So could also spend a bit more time on that one. rewatch the video, the live stream, to come back and fill in all that lovely hair detail. That was our first 4-minute one, right? Sibylla was 2. That was fun. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for being here. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you for all of those hearts. Look over here in the chat now, and they're just like flaming hearts, colourful hearts, orange hearts from Lisa. Oh, before I saw your name next to it, I thought those hearts were from you, Lisa, orange hearts. Shannon says, we met at my first giveaway. Yeah, that's right. That was so cool. Yes, awesome. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, of course. That was so good. I was like sketching in this giveaway, and I was like, so what are you doing? Are you drinking tea? Are you drawing along? Are you insulating your shed? And Shannon was like, I am insulating a shed. And we didn't know each other at that stage. And it's become a beautiful Instagram friendship. Right. Shannon with a lightning bolt. No, Miriam, thank you. You equals awesome, Miriam. Next one. Where are we? I got to like navigate. I'm in a couple of different things on my computer here. And it's just it's giving me floating love hearts to read your comments and stuff, so that's nice. I see a couple of people haven't hit the like button though, but that's all right. No pressure. I just like, I see 8 people haven't hit the thumbs up button. Where are we? Steph's mum. This is Steph's mum, Steph Adams. This is a beautiful image, and when you sent me this, I was like, oh, I wish I had more time to work on this, because it's just really lovely. So thank you for sharing this image of your mum with us, Steph, and it's beautiful. So let's draw Steph's mum. 4 minutes now. Starting here just with the glasses. If there are glasses and I'm not sure where to start, then I want to start with glasses, because they just give such a clear form to kind of bounce off of and find your orientation. And there's so much detail in this wonderful face. But especially drawing with ink, I don't want to go too heavy-handed with it. So that the arm of the glasses were like this really bold, clear shape. I'm like, okay, that's a safe place to start. And you can like do kind of dotted lines, or like working a lot with the thin edge of the pen. Bit more shadow over here. So it's cool when you have really clear shadow shapes that you can really like. It's almost like carving with the calligraphy pen. When you have a broad edge drawing tool, you can make really nice bold shapes with it. And since we have here like this really distinctive shadow side, it's a nice opportunity to do that. There's a bit of this blurriness going on, which I guess is the phone, like portrait mode. But there are some places where we can just imagine what's going on, like the rim of the glasses is going to mirror how the glasses are on the other side. Yes, Yuka, glasses. Have you, is the sauna ready to go? Yuka said he would be heating his sauna for guests, so everyone's welcome at Yuka's after the live stream's finished, if you're up for a sauna in Finland. I hope that's all right for me to invite every random person who could be potentially watching this. So these, I think I need a bit more space between the nose and the mouth, but I've done it. I'm committed. I just have to go with it. But I would love to redraw this image for you, Steph. It's beautiful. Yeah, so these sketch sessions, I have so much trouble saying that, even though I say it a few times every week. Sketch sessions. I often just say sketch sessions or something. I don't know. But anyway, these sessions are really like learning by doing, a lot of practice. So yeah, it's interesting. Now I'd like to be able to kind of explain my process a bit more. If you have any questions about the way I draw, or the art training, I never finished the art training. That could be an ongoing theme throughout this video. I'll come back to it. Yeah, so it's more, we just get together, hang out and draw, and you learn just so much by doing it. And figuring out what works, what you like, what you don't like. Thank you so much for sharing this gorgeous photo of your mum with us, Steph. I don't feel like I've done it justice in the time available, but yeah, I'd really love to spend some more time drawing your mum. Thank you so much for sharing her with us. Coco. Rosa, you still here? There you are. I look forward to drawing you. We met like on TikTok, right? I just started TikToking recently, and yeah, we met there. So it's nice to have you here with us. 4 minutes. Just wondering, where am I gonna put you on this page? Maybe over here. All right, 4 minutes. Some more wonderful hair. I've had a lot of fun drawing hair recently. Used to be something that was confusing and terrifying, like so many things. And the more you do it and the more you practice, you find ways to do things. Oh, this ink cartridge is almost empty. So we're still on 4 minutes, everyone, in case you're wondering. I'm going to pause because I've got to change my ink. So these have these little ink cartridges in here. This is empty. So I've had these for years. Before I started making my own inks, I had these, and once I've used them all up, I've kind of promised to myself that I'm only going to use homemade ink in them. So that will be fun. Just make sure this is flowing. There we go. All right, let us resume. You get some bonus time with Rosa because I had to get my ink sorted. Yeah, thank you to everyone who played my little giveaway game. It was fun. And it was funny, I realized I won't give up the ink pen, but I make my own ink, Rosa. So yeah, I make ink, and I will not give up drawing in ink, but I would like to focus more on using homemade ink. So that's what I meant by that. I won't stop working with ink. Yeah, thanks everyone who played my game. It was funny having so many winners. And And when I looked, and it was like, oh, I said we'll have 16 winners and 17 people have entered. So I would have to like pick a loser. So I just decided we'll draw everyone. It was fun having so many people to draw. Oh yeah, the art training. So after a while drifting around and having that crisis when I was 28, Kira asked, well, what's the coolest thing you could imagine doing? Fantasy illustration. And then Kira actually found, because I was like, I don't even know how you get good at drawing. It just seems so mysterious and strange to me. And Kira was like, well, if you have an answer and you know what you'd like to do, then find out how to get better. And Kira actually found the illustration masterclass. She looked it up because I considered going back to university and studying again, going to art school, but I didn't really want to go back to university, and found this week-long art workshop, fantasy art or illustration. Not just fantasy, just an illustration workshop, but a lot of amazing fantasy artists were teaching there. So then I saved my money and went to the States for the first time, and went to this week-long immersion. It was amazing, so inspiring, and I learned so much just in that week at the illustration masterclass. And when I got back, I was like, that was so amazing. How do I keep learning? How do I keep the ball rolling? Because it was just so inspiring. And then Rebecca offered an online mentorship, which is now called Smarter Art School. And I was one of the first 6 people to be one of Rebecca's mentorees. And I just learned so much working with Rebecca. We would meet once a week. Thank you so much, Rosa, Coco. Great to have you. Everyone who's getting sketched, anyone, if you want, you could put your Instagram account names in the chat and tag each other, and then find each other. This is not a Pelican pen. It is a Herlitz pen. La Donna Skater Cruise just asked. It's not a Pelican. Herlitz is a German brand. There's also really similar ones that I have by Faber-Castell. But yeah, this one is Herlitz. Claire designated herself as the loser. That's right. And Claire is doing a live stream tomorrow. If you happen to be awake, 11:30 German time in the morning, Claire's going to chat with me about being a full-time artist and father and brother. So yeah, check out Claire's channel. I'll put that in the description as well, the link to Claire's video. And I put it on Instagram. Come and hang out, ask questions. Claire's YouTube channel is pivoting towards the topic of starting a YouTube channel. So anyone who is interested in starting her own channel, follow Claire. She knows things, and she's like pushed me to do this stuff. So thank you so much, Claire. Here we go. Kristen and Krümel. Mein Stiftchen, I think, is their Instagram account name. I love that we have your cat here to draw. So Beata, you are not too late. We haven't drawn you yet, Beata. Welcome anyone who's come late. You're very welcome. There are now 43 people watching and 41 likes. So if anyone has not hit the like button yet, you could hit it, and maybe we'll even be able to like push the likes up higher than the actual amount of people watching, because some people have just come and gone. You could do that. That could be a thing, and be like, wow, there are more people liking than watching. Whatever. Lewis is here as well. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Eliza has to go. Thank you for being here, Eliza. Thank you for being drawn. Thank you for being a friend. And see you soon. Next Friday, next week, the 1st of April is the first Friday of the month, and we will be sketching Friday, 10 a.m. German time. So maybe you can make it, Eliza, or anyone else. Let's draw Kristen and the cat. All right. I don't know if Kristen is here, but let's draw. Ah, okay, Beata, you thought you were on time, but you're an hour late. Yeah, um, time changes, but we still have cat or woman, both. We have 4 minutes, so we have time for both of them. Let's do it. 4 minutes with Kristen and Krümel. 4 minutes. So I don't know if I quite finished my art education story yet. Been a meandering tale. Yes, I did a mentorship with Rebecca for a year and a half. And I went back to the illustration masterclass again, and I went to some other workshops, and I reached the point where I felt like I just need to draw a lot. Like I'd had so much input and the learning curve was steep. And then at some point, for a long time, it's like, what do I actually want to do? And but then I decided to just keep going and got my, I had a half-time job and was looking for illustration work on the side and kept practicing and working on my technique, just trying everything out, and a lot of learning by doing. Proco, YouTube, I learned a lot online. Yeah, so that's like the story of my art education, has been a mixture of high school. Thank you very much, Mr. J. I studied architecture, and then I was a mentoree of Rebecca Gay and went to workshops and just practiced. And I started hosting life drawing sessions in our flat before we had kids. Our oldest is now 8.5. So before we had kids, I was actually hosting nude life drawing sessions in our own apartment. And people from Göttingen would come, one of them would get undressed, and we'd draw them. And did that for a while until we had kids, with the first one. And then we had a couple of sessions when he was really little, but it just it didn't really work out, because we basically lived in one big room with a little sleeping room in the corner. So that was the end of the life drawing sessions. Until I started them up again in 2020 as portrait drawing sessions in Göttingen. And after 3 months, it was lockdown. So then started Zoom sessions. So these sessions have been a big part of my art education as well. Just the practice. So thank you to each and every one of you who has been along, been drawn. It's just been the most awesome way to learn and make friends. In the time of social distancing, I've made more friends than in a long time. And gotten better at drawing. So it's those are a couple good things. All right, here I'm not going to get too much into filling in the dark area of the hair. It's amazing. I just love big dark shapes and light shapes and contrasting shapes and stuff. But we've got half a minute left. A little bit more time for some cat love. Did anyone start with the cat? Barbara, maybe? Krümel, the cat. Krümel has some really awesome shapes. That play of light and dark, and Krümel's face is really cool. Alright, maybe going to need a little bit more time for Krümel. Yeah. Thank you, Kristen and Krümel. Not quite done. 2 portraits in one. Krümel looks a bit sad. That's right. It's okay to be sad. All right. Thank you. I don't know if Kristen and Krümel is not here. I know that Krümel has passed away, so it was special to be able to draw your beautiful cat. Thank you very much, Kristen. That was it for 4-minute drawings. Oh, this is... No, hang on. I think we're going to have to do more 4-minute drawings because we're not as far along as I had anticipated. So let's do some more 4-minute drawings. We'll do one more 4-minute drawing, and then we'll do 3 6-minute drawings. It's like a 2-minute difference. What does that even matter? I don't know. Or should we just do it? I don't know how much time all of you have. But I was going to do 6-minute drawings now. It'll be 24 minutes. I wanted a bit more time to draw Arnold. So let's do a couple more 4-minute drawings. Charlotte. Let's draw Charlotte, who asked me about my art education. Charlotte is also a prolific live streamer and teacher, Blue Shine Art. So nice to be drawing you today. Let's draw Charlotte. 4 minutes. Bump. Paston has to leave. Thank you for joining. It's been great having you here. Wait a minute, before I get into this drawing. Oh, we have 46 likes and 47 viewers. Oh no, now there are only 43 people. 4 people just dropped. So now we have more likes than views. That's amazing. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. I'm very appreciative of being able to be here hanging out with you, drawing together. So thank you. It's fun. And Charlotte said she was going to have to leave partway through the live stream. Okay, thank you, Stuart. That she had to drive her daughters somewhere. So at Blue Shine Art on Instagram. I had hoped to have a list of everyone's usernames, or if you check my Instagram post, everyone's usernames are in there. But I was going to put it in the YouTube description, but I didn't get around to it. I'll do it in post. So anyone who's not watching live, you'll be able to find all of our wonderful muses' Instagram accounts in the description below. Cool, Pablo. Thank you for being here. We haven't drawn Pablo yet, but you got to go. You got to go. I look forward to drawing you. I have a sketch to show you soon. There's an interesting tilt to the head here, which is can often be tricky. Actually feeling a bit tricky. I don't know. I feel like I want to use a different pen. I've stalled for so long, I feel like, in this drawing. I haven't managed to get much done yet. How's everyone doing? Normally we have a break after an hour in the live sessions. It would be like about break time now. Sometimes I feel like this calligraphy pen is the perfect pen for everything, and sometimes I feel like I can't draw with this pen. I think when the features are a bit more subtle, it's really tricky. Like I notice sometimes that it's although I love it, it's not always like the fastest kind of tool to use. or if you're using it fast. Well, if I'm using it fast, that sometimes I don't get the kind of results that I wish I was getting. So I chose to work in black ink for this session because I know that on camera it's kind of the easiest to see. But in future sessions, I probably use other things because I like using all sorts of different media. It has been an hour already, Barbara. Amazing, right? It's been a good hour. And thank you to all of you who are still here. Amazing. All right. We'll do one more 4 minute and then we'll do 2 6 minutes. And then, okay, go back to sleep, Claire. Thank you so much for getting up just to be here. And everyone who is awake at 11:30 German time tomorrow, be sure to check out Claire's live stream with me, where we will talk about online art business and building up a YouTube channel and social media and stuff, if you're interested in that kind of thing. All right. Beate. Let's draw Beate. Last 4 minute pose. Super cool photo, super cool expression. I love that there's such a clear shadow form here. It's great. Hi, David Rigby. Oh, we drew you, Dave. You'll be able to watch the replay and see it. I'll show you. David is here. How was it? You were a 2 minute pose. There you are, David. Yeah, check the replay and you'll be able to see that. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you for the awesome photo. Now we're going to draw Beate. And I think I'll want space. Start a new page. Last 4 minute pose. 11:30, Stuart. Yes. No, not PM. No. 11:30 AM. It's only going to be like half an hour. It'll be a half-hour live stream tomorrow with Claire. 11:30 AM German time. Which is in I'm not very good with numbers, but like 14 and a half hours or 13 and a half hours or 13 hours and 20 minutes will be 11:30 in the morning German time. Claire and I'll be talking. It's 7:30 PM Adelaide time in South Australia. And it is an awesome reference photo of Beate. Thank you. 7:30 PM Adelaide time, 11:30 AM German time, and we're going to be talking about starting a YouTube channel and social media, and how what my experience has been of building up my channel and the way I use social media. So thank you very much for joining us, Lisa. Bye bye. So I think it could be pretty interesting, and even if you can't catch it live, you can watch the replay on Claire's channel, because could be a cool chat. Let's draw Beate. I'm going to have a drink. I'm missing that halfway break. You'll probably be awake at 11:30 AM. Don't have to work. Rosa, if you want to do these again later, like I mentioned, you could rewatch the video. That'd be great for my YouTube stats. But on Instagram, I also put each of the reference photos in my stories. So if you want to grab them from my stories, they'll be there for the next day. You could screenshot them, and if you want to spend more time drawing these amazing faces, then you can grab the reference from my Instagram stories or in this video. Let's draw Beate. 4 minutes. Nice, bold, dark shapes and the eyelashes. Beate came and sketched with us a lot in the early days of the Drawing with Dylan sessions. 2020, when all the lockdown business had like just started and it was like, what's going on? I taught in a couple of sketchy 30 Faces, 30 Days. I taught, I think it was April 2020, so it was like just after lockdowns had started, at least in Germany, because it started in March. I taught in 30 Faces, 30 Days with the Sketchy Art School. And then in I think it was June or July, I had my own Ink Naturally class on the Sketchy Art School, and a lot of people from that participated in those classes came and joined the live sessions, which was awesome. It was really cool. And there's been there are some people that have been to every session since they started coming, amazingly. Jane, Patricia, Connie has also almost been to every sketch session that we've had. But yeah, it's interesting when I think about the people who came in those early days, like March, April, right in the beginning. The people who came to draw with us then, it's like so present in my mind. Like when I think of the people that have sketched, even though some of them haven't been for a while, just because that was like the formative phase of starting up these sketch sessions. I remember the people that came back then so clearly, which is really interesting. Back then, I used to dream about it every night before I did a live stream with the Sketchy Art School. I was also doing a live stream a week with natural ink. And before I did a live stream and before I did a Drawing with Dylan session, I would like dream of it the night before. I'd be really like busy in my subconscious with like the people that would come and being prepared, and yeah, it was really interesting. And I was just thinking about that today because I guess this is the first. So in a way it's kind of similar, but I thought back to how I used to always dream about the things that I'd be doing, and that was not the case with this. So I've had a lot of practice at doing this online business these days, but there's still room for growth and new experiences. I have a lot of ideas with live streaming. Shannon and I have an idea. Claire's got cool ideas. Claire wants to or will be interviewing YouTubers once a week about how they built their channel from all different areas of expertise and different professions, which is pretty cool. So Claire did have a finance channel, and last week in Australia it was announced that it was basically illegal to talk about finance if you hadn't studied to become a financial advisor. So Claire was devastated for 24 hours and then was like, okay, I'm going to make my channel about starting a YouTube channel. Oh, that was it, 4 minutes. Not done at all. Could need more time to finish this. Thank you so much, Beata. I'll finish this up later. Super cool photo. Thanks for sending it through. And thanks for being here. It's really nice having you there. It's really nice seeing all of you that are in the chat. So everyone that's here can say something in the chat. Be like, oh, that's nice that you're there and you're saying things in the chat. And you can hit the like button. That'd be nice too. 50 likes now. Cool. And 38 people watching. It's like, I wonder if we can double the amount of likes to the amount of people watching. Maybe if everyone goes away, it would like be 5 times as many likes. This is not finished. I'm not satisfied, but I can finish it later. I'll just come back and watch this video to grab the reference. Thank you very much, Beata. Now we have Barbara. And let's draw Barbara for 6 minutes. Here, this page, another page. Another one. Finish that later. This is so small, I can't fit many portraits on this little paper. I usually draw on an A3 sheet, which is 4 times as big as this. Hey, Sokisa. Nice to see you there. The early days were so cool. These days are also cool. All right, 6 minutes with Barbara. Excellent. excellent reference photo. Thank you, Barbara. When did you start coming to the Tuesday sessions, Barbara? Now you're doing so much. I see you're doing so many classes, and Barbara's an art teacher. And you're just doing so much art. It's awesome. A couple of years ago, I had considered becoming an art teacher. And there was potentially could have been a position for me at the Waldorf School in Göttingen. Maybe. But I decided to focus on doing what I'm doing now. Because I had thought I wanted to work half-time as a teacher, so I still had time for art. But I've heard from a lot of like half-time teachers, especially in the beginning, since I'd be a Quereinsteiger, that it's like more than half-time really. And I had actually thought if I can build up my Patreon, and that was the moment. So that was like last year. April last year. It's almost been, it's been a year since I've been doing Patreon videos, and I thought if I can get that, reanimate my Patreon, because I'd had a Patreon account for, it must be about 5 years now, and I had like just put it on pause because I was doing divine art and painting Indian divinities. Kira was teaching a yoga teacher training class, my wife, and I was drawing divinities. For each of the modules of the class, there was a guiding divinity as a focus for the content of that module, and that's what I had built my Patreon around. And then I wasn't focused so much on that anymore. And so I just paused it for a long time. And once I started doing online classes and filming videos and stuff, I thought it'd be a cool opportunity to make that my Patreon thing. So that has grown in the past year, which has been nice. So anyone who's interested, check out my Patreon account. No pressure. I do zines and prints of my work, and have monthly video tutorials, and I take requests. So if there's anything in particular you would like me to cover or learn from me, then you can be like, how about a video where you talk about how you do that thing? Or you could challenge me to do something I've never done before. And but I don't know if that would be the best thing. But there have been some really interesting questions posed. Like, how do you draw someone you can't draw? And I chose to draw Kira, and it was so hard. I thought I was just going to be able to draw her because I've had lots of practice since the last time I drew her. It'd be really easy now, and it was still so hard. I suffered and made a video about my suffering. This is a cool photo, Barbara. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Beata. I'm glad to hear that it inspires you. My journey. It's been interesting and very rewarding, especially like knowing all of you. It's like the coolest part, really. And I think that was a really key moment where I realized, like, part of my process of what do I want to do. I thought it's nice if people have lots of money to buy art. I don't. But it's also nice to be able to draw. And I just love the process of drawing so much, and kind of shifted that into the focus to think sharing my journey and how and what I've learned, and being able to pass that on to other people has become a focal part of my work. And it's just the community aspect, and seeing people grow and getting to know so many people, and learning from people. There's just been so many wonderful things about it, and continues to be. I like this one. 6 minutes seems to be the magical number. 6 minutes is good. Thank you, Stuart, for the 6 minute time limit. Stuart Goss, who's here in the chat, in the early days, I wanted to do 8 minute time limits. It's like 8 minutes, way too long. So we stuck with 6 minutes, and now that's what it is, 6 minutes. It's the longest we draw anyone in these sketch sessions usually, but now we have one more portrait of Pablo, and then we're going to draw Beate for a longer time until it's finished. So I have a fun photo of Pablo here. Wait a minute. Yuka is watching and holding his nose. I'll just take a moment to read the comments here. What's going on? Your nose started bleeding. Oh, okay. Because of something I said? Because of the sauna? Way too long. 8 minutes is way too long. So Stuart's probably he's just gonna tune out once we finish the 6 minute pose. Or you could draw Almut for 6 minutes and then you could go to bed. Marion wants to know, what brand is the fountain pen? This is the little refill pack. Herlitz. 6 Tintenpatronen, schwarz. Nicht belastet. Okay, so that is the brand. It came, and I think you can get a set. It costs 17 euros. I got it at a supermarket at like the back to school stationery stuff, and you get 3 different nibs, and they're interchangeable. The broadest one is 1.8 millimeters, which is awesome. I think this one is 1.4, and very similar. Although I like the feel of this pen. Although now I've used it so much, this has gotten a bit wobbly. But I like the way this feels in my hand more than this one. This is a bit lighter. This is a Faber-Castell fountain pen, and they did the same thing. It's pretty much the same. A set with 3 different nibs. I think they're even the same size nibs. And they give you some of these in different colors. There's like magenta, black, and blue. Yeah, so I've got these as well. But this is Herlitz, and I like the feel of it, but it's a bit of a shame that it's now wobbly. I've used that a lot. So you're very welcome. Thank you for asking. The dry air has made your nose bleed, Yuka. Okay. Are you in the sauna right now? No, it's not dry in the sauna, is it? You need to put some water on the coals. Beata says, some of the longer poses I used to hold when we drew together live were straight up painful. That's still the case. If you have to hold still for 6 minutes and you start drooling and then things go numb and your whole body is actually in a really uncomfortable position, it can be painful. Let's draw Pablo. This is a really amazing reference image. I'm kind of in the way here. Oh, I can make him a little smaller. You can see that jawline. Nice teeth. Last 6 minute pose. Pablo. You guys not at the sauna. Okay. Got some space for Pablo here. Cool. 6 minutes. Go. Pablo is from the Canyo community, which is another really cool reference sharing artist community. CANE-YO. There is a Telegram chat group where people share reference photos. It's a bit like the museum app, but it's just like a chaotic group chat. And there's a lot of really inspiring artists and people sharing amazing references. It's like a chaotic cousin in terms of a reference sharing platform. Sketchy, which is now the museum app, and Kanyo are two really wonderful places to connect to artists and find cool reference photos. And sometime last year I had done a sketch of Pablo. Arnold, are you here? I wonder if Arnold's still here. We'll start drawing Arnold soon. It's been a bit of a long haul live stream. Thank you so much to everyone who's still here. But just like a Tuesday night, really. So this is cool. We've got some really clear lines, like really hard lines with the shadow in here. So I could use that broad edge to intensify some of the lines in the face. It was interesting when like there are certain reference images like with Steph's mum where I feel like there are wrinkles and lots of lines in the face, but there's a softness which I want to kind of not draw in an overpowering way when it's that kind of softness, but when there's this like kind of wild eyes and expression like we have here with Pablo, then I think it's really cool to really get the broad edge of this pen into play and do some really strong wild lines. So the calligraphy pen was maybe not the ideal medium to do Steph's mum with, but that's all right. It's good to just draw and experiment with all sorts of different mediums and find what you like in certain situations. What lends itself to perhaps drawing a certain kind of reference or not. Like, although I still feel like natural ink is my thing and I love it, I haven't used it much for the quick sketches because it has like slow drying time, and yeah, it's been really difficult to get the results I want in the short space of time with natural ink, which is why I'm kind of looking forward to running out of ink with these calligraphy pens, because I like want to force myself to make an ink which is gonna be magic with these pens. I have made a couple of them. I made a Virginia Creeper alcohol-based ink. Virginia Creeper is very divine. Arnold is here, awesome. Yeah, so I made an alcohol-based ink to use with these calligraphy pens, which was cool. So I'll go back to that. I still have some of it, and I'll probably refill with that, because it's important if you're making your own inks to put into these pens that you don't block up and wreck the nibs and stuff. And a lot of the natural inks that I make when I'm drawing with stick pens, I don't have to worry about blocking up the nib because it's just a carved stick. This is cool. I like these. I feel like maybe there should just always be 6-minute poses, or maybe I've just kind of gotten into the flow now after an hour and a half of drawing. I've often had that like the last sketch or the last couple sketches, I'm like, some weeks it feels like there's a lot of good stuff going on. I've definitely had weeks where the whole way through it's kind of like, I don't know, this is not in form or something, but it's still fun anyway. And it's often been the case that on the last pose I'd be like, there we go, you just need 2 hours to warm up. And then things start to click. Yeah. Almut, I just remembered I asked you if there's something I can say on your behalf, and I didn't listen to your voice message, unfortunately, before this started. Okay, cool. That concludes the quick sketches. To 6 minutes, you draw slowly, Shannon. 6 minute sketches are done. If you're feeling brave, or you feel like you've just warmed up, then let's draw Almut together. So this is the grand prize of my giveaway. Is that I'm going to do this drawing of Almut, have some really nice reference, and I'm going to send Almut the drawing. So I hope this is going to be nice. I hope I do a good job. And I'm going to send this to you, Almut. So I'm not going to time this one. I have a feeling like we've got like half an hour left, but no one's going to kick us out of here. Oh, that was the poo joke thing. Thank you, Stuart. 6 minutes is luxury. You go for a poo in between. All right. I don't know. I haven't been reading all of the chat, but maybe there have been some poo jokes floating around that I haven't caught. Anyone here who hasn't hit the like button yet, the little thumbs up, you can do that. That'd be great. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, do that too. Almut. I have Almut here. Oh, there's like a double Almut that you will get to see. It is a nice reference photo, isn't it? Does anyone have any like specific questions you want to ask me? I may have the opportunity, the mental capacity to answer your questions in this longer drawing. Yuka responding to Stuart's poo joke. This is not going to become a poo joke channel, by the way, but it made me laugh. Yuka says, "Why, Stuart, you don't draw with a diaper in these sessions?" No, you just make sure you go to the toilet before they start. Okay, Almut. Almut, when did you start coming to the Drawing with Dylan sessions? Almut has been to so many. I've drawn Almut so many times. Never longer than 6 minutes. So this will be nice. I have really nice reference to work from. And yeah, it's really a treat to have you all here and to be drawing Almut together. At beach.art.life on Instagram. And if you're posting on Instagram, remember you can use the hashtag drawingwithdylan. Tag me. If you know the tags of everyone we've been drawing, you can tag them too. But if you just at least use the Drawing with Dylan hashtag, then anyone who's following that will be able to see the work that you've been doing. I have no experience with a feud nib. I don't even really understand what they are. I hear people talking about them a lot, but I don't know what they are. Mariana Halbin just asked if I have experience using a feud nib, and I don't. All right, Almut. What a lovely smile. I've never seen you in such high resolution before. When we draw on Zoom, it's lower resolution. I have my reference image in Procreate because you can, I feel like you can move the reference image around more freely. You have better control than when you're just using like the Photos app if you're on iOS. So my most common use of Procreate is just to put my reference in it when I'm drawing. Glasses. Let's start with the glasses. Sometimes, if I'm going to spend a bit long and I want to get it right, Sometimes I just kind of put these little dots down, marks, to kind of figure out where things are going to be. And then if I feel like, oh, that's good, then I can draw a line to connect those dots. So just want to fit everything in. A lot of wonderful hair to draw. Feel free to comment. Any activity is good. I like looking at the hair, just like simplifying the different forms that we see in the hair. You know, hair is just so kind of mind-bogglingly complex potentially. But I like using the thin edge of this broad pen just to kind of put in certain shapes. There's this shadow shape. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I could just turn that off for a moment. This might work. No, there's glare. But I was going to say, like, there's the shadow shape here, and instead of like blocking it in black, really, really inky, and just kind of making an outline of a shape. So like I know that that's there, and then I know that there's this here, and just start to put in these marks that start to define a form somehow without getting too heavy-handed with it, because it's quite light. But I'll put the reference back up because that's blurry. I could make it a bit bigger if you'd like to see more. Yeah. Shannon's actually drawing now. You've warmed up? Shannon's ready to draw? Where am I? Here. Like the bridge. Is that called the bridge? The bit in the middle between the lenses? It looks like a bridge. Or is it just the bridge of the nose? This is the bridge of the nose, but not the bridge of the glasses? I don't know. I need to get some new glasses. Sylvia, nice to have you sketching with us. Second time. You're always welcome. Yeah, catching the rhythm. The rhythm of the drawing. So this will be a long pose now. I've probably already been drawing for 4 minutes and I haven't really done anything yet. I've done a little bit. It's nice if you're going to spend a bit more time. It's nice to start with care. It can also just be really cool just to dive into it. I also don't want to stay up too late, and I don't want to impose upon your free time that you're all here spending so long drawing with me. But this is just such a nice image to draw from, and it's so nice. There've been a few new faces to draw in this lot, but not many. So it's been really nice sketching so many people that I have come to know your faces so well. I feel like this size nib and this size drawing is a good match. I painted a couple of murals in the last year and a half, and I've got a couple more to do this year. And I just approach it essentially as a giant page, and thought if I scale up the broadness of my tools to match the broadness of the drawing surface, the size of the drawing surface, then I should be able to scale up my technique, and it worked pretty well. Just using really broad, flat brushes to draw on a wall. Well, there's so many things I'd love to experiment with and try out with murals. I draw a lot of quite small stuff, like this size, or I fill an A3 page with a whole bunch of faces in our sketch sessions. But I'd really love to do more big things. And I think all of this little stuff is all it's definitely practice for the big stuff. Like the one I did October last year, it was really like I think it was, I don't remember, about 14 faces on the wall that I drew, and all of these quicker portrait sketches had been like the practice which had enabled me to paint on a wall with confidence. There are a few people here that are into painting walls. I don't know if Gries is still here, but he was in the beginning. And Yuka, I'm always amazed, Yuka, when I see that you do so many murals. It's amazing. Just like I think once you posted something like, oh, I had 20 minutes, so I went and painted this. And you've just got this huge, awesome thing that you've done. I really liked your bike drawings. Was it yesterday that you posted, maybe? Cycle sketches. So I hope this is all right for... Bye-bye, Stuart. I thought Stuart would leave if we went too much longer than 6 minutes. I wish that the actual drawing was a bit more in focus. I guess you can all figure it out. Gries is here. Gries is still here. Gries does a lot of murals, a lot more than me. I've done 2 so far. But I want to do a lot more. And when I see you guys do murals and it's just like, and it's done, it's amazing. It's so cool to see. It's a beautiful part of this online art community, just to see all the different things people are doing. So much inspiration. And it's just great to know that there's so many people out in the world doing so many cool things, and so many of you people here that I see in the chat. I just know you do cool things and making art, and it's awesome. When I started going back to that art journey and how I learned, like when I started telling people, I'm gonna focus on drawing, and some of my friends are like, do you even draw? It was just not a very kind of present or known thing in my circle of friends. I was more into making music at the time, and so the friends that I had were kind of knew me from music, but like, what, you draw? I'm like, yeah, that's the thing I'm going to do now. Do you even do that? Can you do that? And now I just, it's great to have so many art friends. Yeah, so I just kind of realized I'm not really explaining my process very much. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hey, Silesh! Howdy! Nice to see you here. Invitation to Mulan. We're going to go Mulan. is that I don't know what Mulan means, but that's nice. I definitely want to come to Berlin. Now I've met all these people online who live in Berlin. Have to go to Berlin. Do I still make music? Not so much. I have instruments around, and occasionally we have 3 little kids, and occasionally I will kind of play around with them a bit. But then they tend to take over, and they're like, I want it. So it doesn't get much further than that. We also have friends here in the village who are like, yeah, we could make music together sometime, and it just hasn't really happened yet. It's a bit on the back burner. But still there, listening to music, gathering inspiration, soaking things up all the time, spraying. All right, yeah. Mulan is spraying. I just learned something. We always learn something when we hang out and draw together. Der Rix is learning ukulele. How cool is that? Peggy has an amazing banjo ukulele, which is really lovely. There's also something I learned by drawing together. I didn't know that banjo ukes were a thing. So what was I just saying? I'm not really talking about my process. It's something that I feel like I address a lot in my videos. Like when I do tutorial videos, where it's about the practice of looking, comparing, measuring shapes. And it's all of the sketching we were doing leading up to this is just like constant practice for like these longer things as well. Just observing faces, observing shapes, the way things fit together, the way different angles are and how lines intercept. And it's just a constant kind of process of refining the way we look at things and the way we represent things with our mark making, and but yeah, just learning to see the relationship between different shapes, paying attention to shapes that's like my constant practice. So looking at this, maybe certain things that I do now may look easeful, and that is the result of a lot of sketching and a lot of practice. And yeah, I used to kind of have an approach where I put in more, or I tried a little bit, I guess. I guess I used to have this approach that is not really true, because I never really got into it. I didn't enjoy it so much. But like doing a Loomis head, where you do a circle and then you figure out, I know a lot of people that it's been super useful for, and it was interesting to have this kind of foundational understanding of like, oh, okay, there are these certain relationships between different things in the face, and like studying anatomy and learning certain things is super helpful, and it's so good to have an understanding of it. But then learning all that, having that understanding, and doing anatomy courses and really doing a lot of practice of all that stuff, and kind of there's a really nice German word for verinnerlichen, to internalize the way those things relate to each other, is really super helpful. But at some point it's just like for me, I just wanted to like get into it, just start drawing. And in the beginning it was a pretty painful process, because it often looked pretty terrible. I wasn't happy with it, at least. But just stick with it, and the more you practice, the more you start to see the way things are in relation to each other, and the way that you represent those forms on the paper. Just start to get a feel for the way you do things, and the way things fit together, I think is oh, I just got distracted by the chat. Yeah, just keep drawing. Draw, keep practicing, and eventually, you have these tools available to you that you're able to implement when you're approaching your drawings, whatever it is. I mainly do portraits, but I think there's a certain way of looking and practicing which then when you have other things that you're working on, that really it's a skill set which then converts to drawing different subject matter as well. I just have to catch up on what's happening in the chat. In 2041, Chris is going to play ukulele with Peggy or with me. Oh yeah, the next Glees album is going to have ukulele in it. I look forward to hearing it. So how's everyone going? How many people here? 35 people still watching, 55 likes, so that's like way more likes than viewers, and we've been going for nearly 2 hours. And it's nice to see that there's the core group that's been here since the beginning, sketching the whole time. Do you feel that all those quick timed sketches have empowered you to spend much longer on a drawing? Is there some transition of power and flow from all of those quick sketches that you feel in this, or not? Or is there anything else you'd like to say? Any questions? They don't have to be questions, but if there's anything you want to ask, I'm happy to answer. And if not, if you've got nothing to say, just come and draw with us on Tuesday. You don't have to say anything there either. Shannon's pencil lead ran out, so Shannon's done. Yeah, come sketch with us on Tuesdays. It's always great fun. And next week, the first Friday of each month. So Tuesdays are 7:30 p.m. German time. And the first Friday of each month, we meet at 10 a.m. German time. So there are a few people who join from Australia and India, which is the Tuesday sessions. Usually people in Australia and India are asleep. And anywhere else in the world, anyone with access to Zoom, I know some countries don't have Zoom, and not everyone has access to the internet, but anyone who does is really welcome to come and sketch with us. We would love to draw with you. And yeah, you can get drawn, but you don't have to get drawn. You can just hang out and draw other people. Some nice big lines here. I don't want those lines to be totally straight. This is not a faithful representation of what's going on over on the reference, but just having a bit of unorderliness to those lines, I think is cool. They're really dark, but I'm thinking I'm just going to hatch it in. Otherwise, it's a super cool shape, but I feel like that super high contrast, if that was just black, would be a bit much. So I'm going to hatch it just with some vertical hatching, which is I think a nice simplified approach. Minimal thought process. A nice shortcut for filling in shadow areas. Just draw a whole bunch of almost parallel vertical lines. I was just thinking, Almut, are you drawing yourself? And then I look up and see Almut says, I can't draw myself. But you love mine. I'm glad you like it. This will be yours. Yeah, I'm going to send this to you. So I'm really glad you like it. And I like it too, which is good. Because not every live stream drawing I've done I've really liked. I know there were some, but when I was doing sketchy live streams, where partway through I'm like drawing, I'm talking, I'm trying to explain things, I'm going through my process, and like, yeah, do this and do this and this and this and this, and at some point, without mentioning it during the live stream, I'll just be like, oh, can I fix this? And I won't tell you which videos they are. They're on the sketchy YouTube channel. But it's good. It's good. It feels good to feel good about what I'm drawing, and I'm glad to hear from you, Arnold, that you like it too. Patricia has to go. I'm glad you watched. Watching me, Patricia is one of the core Drawing with Dylan group. I didn't realize you were here until now. I'm glad you were here, Patricia. Yeah, stylish graphic design. It's, I just feel the whoosh, put in the hatching. It's nice. I like it. What else people saying? What kind of ink do I use? So this is black ink. This here, India ink. I think. So this goes with this pen, and I just mentioned earlier, once this is finished, like there are these cartridges, and the past few years I've wanted to not produce so much waste with my art making, so I make my own inks. I actually over here have like 15 different jars of inks. So once that's empty, once I've finished using up all of these little cartridges, I'm going to put my own inks in there. But I think this is just like a standard from this firm ink. It just says ink, black ink. Supermarket ink. I'm just going to do some of that hatching for this lower area of the hair. I've got some nice kind of shadow form, but I'm not going to get into the detail too much of like much of the directional stuff and all those shapes in the hair. Just keep it pretty simple, but I like that there is this weight in the reference, like that shadow at the bottom edge of the face is nice, just creating a nice border holding the face, the portrait. So yeah, there's still lots of cool shapes going on in here, but I'm not going to get too much into it. I feel like the main moment and the main focus is captured. I'm wondering to maybe put in a bit of this hatching into the lips as well, because they're distinctly darker on the face, but I want to be really careful with it and like not too close together. I don't want it too dark. And there's no hard edge at the bottom of the lip, so I'm just gonna leave it like open. A lot of the forms that I have are like these closed shapes, where I'll like draw a shape and I know, okay, this is gonna be full of hatching. But that bottom edge of the lip, because it's a really soft form, I'm just gonna keep it open. And I can see like the neck area is quite a bit darker. So just with some light hatching, I don't want to be too heavy-handed with it, but it's give a bit of a sense of depth to the portrait, perhaps. Without making it look like a neck beard, which is when I started this hatching stuff, when Kira would look at my work, she's like, everyone looks like I have a beard. And I don't see it that way anymore, but sometimes it's like, oh, it's potential that... I think that was last Tuesday we were saying how the more hatching you do, the hairier it looks. And sometimes, hair has its place. But yeah, don't always want everything to be hairy. Do you? Ricardo, it was nice having you here. It was nice having everyone here. It's been 2 hours now and I feel like I'm done, so that worked out pretty well. Maybe do a little bit more with the hair, but I think it's done really. So we'll just have a little retrospective of the things we've been working on together. Thank you so much everyone for being here. Ricardo, how are you feeling? I didn't realize you were not feeling well. It's been a pleasure having you here. I'm just going to come back over here and see, just flip back through the references. Thank you so much to everyone who was drawn. Thank you to everyone who was here in the chat. If you have not yet given a thumbs up to this video, please do. That would be awesome. And I really look forward to seeing your work. So please use if you're posting anything on Instagram, if you post in stories and tag me at Dylan_Sara on Instagram and post a story, put me in there and I will share that to my stories. And if you check out my posts on Instagram, you'll see the account names of everyone that I've drawn today, so you can tag them too if you like. I'm glad that you like it, Arnold. That's wonderful. It was really, really nice drawing you. And this could become a regular thing. So if you liked this, keep tuned, stay in tune. What does that mean? Stay in touch. Let's do it again. Come every Tuesday. Maybe this will be like a monthly thing if people are interested. A couple of sketches here that I would still like to finish. Yeah, so we could do this regularly, and I have a few other like YouTube live stream ideas, and hope to lift my YouTube game a bit with my wonderful sister's inspiration. So yeah, check out Claire's live stream with me tomorrow if you want to hear me and Claire talking about social media, YouTube, and art, or art in the context of social media and YouTube. That'll be a really interesting chat on Claire's YouTube channel. And I'm going to be doing more here, so subscribe if you're not already. And I would really love to be in touch with you. So leave comments. I'm going to make myself big again. I'd love you to leave comments on my videos. And if you're maybe watching this after the fact, if you've made it all the way to the end, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. And leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you're interested in learning from me and getting monthly videos where I talk through my process in various media, you can check out my Patreon account, and the link to that is in the description below here. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can do that too. The link is below. If you don't want to do either of those things, that's totally fine. I'm so glad to have you all here and that you've all been watching and maybe even drawing along. yeah, it's just so nice drawing together with people, and I am on TikTok. Silash has been my TikTok coach. It was totally Silash. I was like, go follow Silash as well. Follow everyone who's here, everyone in the chat. Let's all be friends. When I got into TikTok and I'm like, oh, I don't really understand what's going on here, and I would just love seeing your work on TikTok, Silash, because you were one of the only people I was following in the beginning. So it was like I just constantly like, hey, here's another one of Silash's, seeing all your work, and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. And it was like a new way to experience your work, and it was really beautiful. Silash's work is amazing. And TikTok has become a thing too. So it's like the combination. I'll be talking about this with Claire tomorrow in Claire's live stream. The way about using like what's happening on Instagram, on TikTok, and YouTube as well, and just kind of combining those things and weaving a tapestry of community and creativity and sharing inspiration, learning together, and it's totally cool. So thank you all very much for being here. Thanks for being my friends, and thank you for connecting. If it's the first time you've ever seen me do anything, thank you for watching. Let's be friends. I don't know, it doesn't seem like there were any kind of concrete questions that anyone wanted to ask. That's fine. There'll be more of these, and I'm always open to being asked things. So leave comments, ask me questions, get in touch, come draw with me. And thank you so much to each and every one of you for being here. And thank you to everyone who played along in my giveaway. And here is the finished drawing of Almut. Oh man, I wish I could control the focus of this camera. If I get up closer, will it be more in focus? I don't know. But yeah, there's Almut. Thank you, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you posting your work on Instagram and tagging me, tagging all the other people who are involved in this. And take care. Be kind to each other and everyone else. And I hope to see you sometime soon. Maybe in my Tuesday sketch sessions, Fridays, or maybe you'll see me here or somewhere. Bye.